Good morning, YouTube friends. And today's Sunday, December 28th, 2025. So before the end of 2025, before we embark and step day one on January 2026, then we've got to clean this garden enclosure here. I'm sure there's a lot of work waiting for me at the moment. Look at how messy this garden enclosure is. We have to clean this whole thing here inside our garden enclosure, and we're going to remix the soil in each of the pots that we have here, and we're planning to plant okra or ladyfingers, and um, I'm thinking of planting a few eggplants probably. We'll be removing our sweet potato plants here and replacing them with, probably I'll be using the pots that I am currently using to house and plant the sweet potato. Probably the incoming um, early year branches of lemon cedar trees. So after that, surviving branches will be removed and be planted in the permanent pots. We're going to use the large pots here that we have. There's soil in it, just a bit of remixing the soil, repulverizing, reactivating the soil, and adding some organic matter. And then we're good to go to plant the newly layered branches of our lemon cedar tree. So let's get to work. So we have here the entrance. We have to get all the sweet potato vines and put it inside the pot, and then slowly removing those um, shrubs and unwanted vegetations inside the garden enclosure. Clean up the pot, and yeah, we'll try to fix this one for this whole morning. I'm not so sure if we can do this, but we'll try. Okay, we're here. I'm also planning to harvest some sweet potato tops from these sweet potato vines here. I'm planning to harvest some of them so that I can plant more of these for the purpose of a lot of work. Well, I have to do this. think it's a good time for me to start harvesting the. Sana yung magunting me. Huh? So right now we're harvesting these tops because we're going to replant them, reproduce. Still have to consider it difference where I should plant these another batch of sweet potatoes. This variety does not truly give us some good experience when it comes to tubers sizing, but this one has quality of tops, good for salad, for selling maybe, especially if my mom arrived here. Good timing where she can have some sweet potato tops to harvest and bring back to Bangkok with her. That's why I have to harvest this. Okay. Um, yeah. Like, this work here is very intimidating. Looking at the scenario here, the situation, seems like I'm about to give up. Well, I have to do this work, future friends. I'd like to bring you inside, and I want you to picture out the work that I have to do today, this morning. Look at that. Bang. Going there, there, and right here. So I must finish this work here before the sun will rise above that roof. Because when that sun rises above that roof, it's already hot in here. And well, I can endure the temperature of the sun, but my phone does not. So we'll make sure that we can finish this job here like before that sunrise above the roof of the house. As long as it is still cool here, and so I've got to remove you guys. Shh. No other choice. Let me check if I can get some slips that I can reproduce before the rest of the vines be thrown in the garbage. Yeah, summer is hitting up, but I won't be burning these leaves here, these unwanted vegetation. I just let this one rot slowly, decompose slowly. It's good for the environment, good for the soil. So it's a win-win for everyone, though it's a slow process, but there's no other best option aside from that. So we've got to go through some kind of struggle. Well, there's soil in it, so I'm thinking of extracting the soil. Because I don't have money. I don't have budget for buying new sets of cow's manure and chicken's manure. I might do it next month. Set aside a budget to it. But at the moment, I'm pretty tied up, so we have to we will extract this completely later, but at the moment we just have to remove the main plants that are growing together with this. Actually, it is the roots of these plants that collected the powderized form of soil that came out from these pots. And so we've got to remove them each and individually. And then we're going to double check this refinement later. Yeah, I'm sure we can extract a lot from this. yeah, gardening is fun if it is if that is the only thing you're doing. But if you have other priorities to consider, then it can be a struggle. It can be a handicap, or like that's too negative. I would say you'll be pretty tied up, preoccupied, and at the same time, it is very uh, detrimental and intimidating to you. Like, if the other priorities need quality time of yours to take upon those responsibilities, then it would be a real struggle. Good enough that my wife can also help me with the other responsibilities here in the house. So especially like this, we have this major work that we have to face up and finish as much as possible, because I wanted to start uh, a good beginning for January 1, 2026. That means to clean the surroundings, relive the atmosphere of our garden enclosure. This was a wonderful environment before I got a motorbike accident, because I cannot say it was well maintained, but it's too far than this current condition at the moment. Like, way, way better. So, during my um, motorbike accident, then it took me like more than a year not to be able to do something in the garden. Though I tried, but my foot cannot endure long hours of standing with boots and also under the heat of the sun. So it was like, yeah, it was a real challenge for me. And then procrastination kicks in so much more that I have another barrier into maintaining this area here. This will be a multitask this morning, two friends, because I let the water hose run, like the flow of water to the other side of the fence to water our cassava plants. And bananas and durian trees outside. So a few minutes from here, I'll be jumping over the fence, climbing actually, and then for a few minutes, I'll be changing the spot where the water has to, like, have to distribute every 10, kind of every 10 minutes. I have to go outside and change the spot where the water flows and watered our garden. So these roots here, it's a mix of these unwanted vegetation and the sweet potato vines that grow on the floor. Yeah, this is cemented floor here, you two friends. That's why our garden, our plants are planted in pots because we cannot grow on cemented areas. But we can use the space to grow plants, to have a garden, but where all your plants are planted in pots. These doves here. Yeah, I'm not really selfish to them, but the chickens that I'm feeding, most of them are not arriving yet, and so I don't know if my wife can feed the chickens. Maybe not. She was still suffering the shoulder and the neck pain. Maybe I can use this then. Use whatever you can find. What you can find. What is available in your garden. Before, whenever I clean a garden enclosure here, I just remove these stuff and the soil and everything in it. I just throw it there in the pile and That's it. But now I started giving value to this powderized soil because they're quite rich in nutrients. So it's good to shower them above the plants that are growing. Tagal yung dumating ah. Kakain na yan ng mga kalapate dyan. I think we will be losing a lot of precious time here doing this stuff. It's enough. Oh shit. Let me finish this. Ah. Done, 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 done. Filter that out. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Baik. We can learn. Na, 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 na. Uy. Wow. For real, huh? That's a tiny sweet potato tubers. I think we will be surprised. I think we will find some sweet potato tubers now. Oh, what is that? Shh. Okay. Fortunate froggy. Hmm? Mga baki, mga kapili, putiki, nakita ng manuka po sa intahan. Okay. We have a lot of those many creatures here. Wah, kakak-kakak ka na. Huh, asan na po ka mga itlog? Sure ha? Alay. Tarong magpangitlog diha. Ay, kakak na po ka. Pag ura nawa, imong piso. Yabag na. So, kung kuhaon na lang ako ang piso nila. Ilang sad. Itlog sila. Shh! Hay! Lagi manungtong anang kamutihan gas. Yung manukan. Siguro, no? Ako na lang kuhaon dito sa mga piso nila. Look na po sila balik. Ay! Hindi man yun yung maatiman ilan mga piso man. Langin ka na. Oh, I remember. I'll be planting corn. Yeah, as well. Inside the garden enclosure. For the purpose that we don't have to buy a lot of feeds. So we have to buy corn seeds. And we're going to let it mature and harvest. And then, the corn cobs, we have to let it mature before we are going to harvest it. We have to let it get mature and dry, and then we're going to harvest it. And then I'll buy a bigger mortar. We're going to pound the corn kernels to break it into few pieces. Then we'll have sustainable way of providing food for our chickens. Chickens. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We're quite slow to move. The space that we can clean. The whole ground is developed with these root system and those powdered soil that are spilled over from the pots. They form like a blanket shape here on the ground as they are being collected together by the roots of these mixes. We want to do detection and the roots of the sweet potato. So since we have an eye on harvesting this spilled over that will take a lot of time. I don't know if it is still visible there. Hopefully it is. Look at these. There are sweet potato vines in the mix, but I have to cut them all together since I'm about to harvest the main plants. Maybe a few days from now. Yes, I need to clean this hole. I need to clean and fix this garden enclosure and the PVC pipes here. So I think this one should be. Yeah. The thing I told you, like a blanket. Look at this, YouTube friends. It's like a blanket. I'm not sure if we can finish this whole garden enclosure this morning. Probably we'll have some of these spots be continued tomorrow. So we will put this same title tomorrow morning, but there's number two. That means second day. So I doubt if we can finish this whole area before the sun rise above the roof of the house. is our indication, because if the sun rises above the roof of the house, that means the sun will start hitting us here, and our phone, the live stream cannot continue running because our phone easily get hot when it's in a boiling temperature. Then the live stream suddenly disappear. Yeah, we're almost an hour, and we only have this almost an hour of working here. We only have this space that we clean, not totally cleaning up, but just removing. Have to crack these. I don't know. Maybe we'll do this one. And unwanted vegetation. Weeds. So I removed the mother plant that is here, but then I was not able to remove entirely the whole root system. So the roots develop new shoots, and over time we have these large branches here. So now my main goal freaking long. So this was originally planted with okra, so we cannot repeat one type of vegetable twice in a row. So we're going to ah look at this YouTube friends. I've got blister already, and I just noticed this one now. Me, mami, dali kong toothpaste at saka ano be, yung may band-aid ka ba? Nagputok yung balat ko. Ewan ko, piste, buwisit tong bunting nga eh. Ha? Ay, sobrang hapdi. Istorbo sa ano, trabaho. Growing Together Nursery. Where are you? Ah, hello. Growing Together Nursery LLC. I'm from Thailand. Though I'm a Filipino, like an OFW here, an expatriate, working as a teacher in a government school, and we have this rented space, rented area, quite large, where you can have your own garden. So while we're here, residing this residence, renting this place, my wife and I, we've been here for more than 14 years now. So um, I'm taking advantage of the space. Actually, at the beginning, like back in 2019, we had a dog, a family dog that is quite difficult for raising and domesticating that dog in a house that is not fenced, that is not gated, and like a lot of neighbors around. So that's why the boss, like the head department of my wife before, like in her former school, got this residence and she's looking for someone to rent it because she has another place. So we rented it out And then there was this transition of ownership because in less than 2 years she decided to sell out the house, and we're still renting and we still have a running contract with her. But then the interested buyer of the house said that if he can raise the amount of rent per month, then he's going to continue us renting the place, the property. So, and so we are here right now. We're still here from October 2019, 2011, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5. For 6 years here. Is it visible there? We have to make this camera closer. Apa yang mag... So from now on, we will monitor the remaining routes of this particular weed. And we're going to maintain removing it till it runs out of energy and growing new branches. growing vegetables near the corner so that I will have time, or I will have an easy access to clean. I have to go outside first and change the location of the water. spare pots here, small ones. I used to plant onion chives with that, with these pots here, the spare ones that are quite small. We can to walk da 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 da. We can learn. This bit bigger. So before we have to this fragments of soil here, they're quite good for like sprinkling or showering your newly planted plants. It's an additional ingredients to the organic matter that you have put there. And for me, like the roots that are intertwining these powderized soil here, they're kind of healthy, no bacteria, I mean fungus, bacteria that are detrimental to our plants. So therefore, the overall understanding of this is quite healthy for your plants. Mosquitoes are biting my butt. Oh man, you're going to embarrass me in front of my live stream, huh? I'm going to. Yeah, we have this bigger one. Well, we'll have to filter this one again later. What we can do now is the macro way of filtering the soil and taking out the bigger parts of the roots, but the tiny growing plants that are buried here during this process, that will be filtered out later in our second and last filtering of this. And now we just wanted to remove all the soil as much as possible, maybe 80-90% of the soil here that stick to this roots. The rest, this will be thrown out outside. See, we're able to collect. What's going on? Sweet potatoes. Man.
They said, I don't know the place.
Ano naman ito?
Sardinas.
Hmm.
Ang lasa.
Ang baka mo.
Ma. Mala?
Hindi, magtabang.
Oh.
Pero okay lang.
Tabang. Tabang.
Lahamang tubig. Man, more than an hour already. I look at the space. Probably I still work here after breakfast, but I can't do this in I can't include that one on our live stream anymore because this will take a lot of time. So today I still have to work this out, finish this whole thing. I'll try. And then tomorrow morning, the same hour or probably earlier than today, we'll have our second live streaming for this garden enclosure cleanup drive. But I think it will be way better than today. Kaya na ta? So yeah, that's the current location now. YouTube friends, I'll bring you inside again. Look at this. At 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, the entrance. So back in there, That's the look of our garden enclosure. Okay, YouTube friends. I think my wife has to do some tutorial classes at the moment. She has to go to the city where the village that her student is residing, and we're going to continue this cleaning after our breakfast. So thank you for having you today. I'll be back and see you tomorrow morning.